It takes an ecosystem to protect any large enterprise. Citi Ventures, has been a great partner for a combination of things. Not only are they talking to thousands of companies a year, but they're taking the time to understand our needs on what we need to leverage in order to protect the bank against the evolving threats.
The reason we're excited about Cribl is it allows us to reduce the operating expenses of the solutions that we have, both from a security and observability perspective, monitoring this machine data. Secondly, we have a team that's got a great product operating in a large market with a very compelling vision and with an initial value prop that allows customers to save money on their infrastructure costs.
And when you look at enterprises today, IDC says that data is growing at a 23% CAGR, which means you're going to have 2.5 times the data in 5 years that you have today. And when you talk to IT operations departments, security departments are already budget strapped, and yet that growth is happening no matter what they do. So trends like microservices architecture or the movement to the cloud or remote work or digital transformation are driving significantly greater volumes of data. And the legacy approaches from the last 10 to 20 years just simply weren't designed for cloud native architecture, for remote work, and the data volumes that are being present.
These data environments are just getting bigger and bigger and more challenging to manage. Whether you're a customer doing a transaction or you're a systems administrator logging into a computer that creates an event, we're seeing hundreds of billions of events every single month here at Citi. Being able to manage and make use of that data and tie it into the whole observability layer of what our environment looks like, it's a challenge.
That's what they do magically, is they have a great sensor that's able to take data in a bunch of different formats and then take that data and manipulate it and then send it to where you want it to consume it, right? That's what's so unique about it.
Cribl's really looking at how do we make accessible data where it is, data at the edge, data in the data lake, data in your existing solutions, and how do we get data to the right place so it can provide the maximal value for that class of data. Whereas before, vendors sort of came at it from a one-size-fits-all, just move all the data into my platform and I will provide value, and that's really breaking the bank.
It helps us, easily take in new data. It helps us to better manage that data. It does that by helping us reduce the size of the storage that we need. It helps us from a security perspective because we're able to obfuscate the data. We're able to eliminate certain sensitive fields that allow more people to work with that sensitive data that you're collecting within the environment.
I was introduced to Citi by another angel investor who's the CEO of another security company. And this was probably 3 to 4 years ago. He reached out and said, Citi was a huge value add for me in the early days. I really think that you should meet these guys.
You're choosing to have Citi Ventures as part of your cap table because you think they can help you on the enterprise side because you would like to maybe someday have Citi as a customer. So we spend a lot of time with our leadership inside of Citi, the technology and business leaders inside of Citi. We also spend time with technology and business leaders at a lot of other large enterprises. And we can use those connections and that connectivity to help our companies.
Citi Ventures was sort of a proxy for the financial services industry for us. It both gave us validation in terms of, hey, since financial services is such a major sector for us, and then the expertise that you guys brought from really the customer perspective. I remember Citi Ventures bringing us into a number of forums where there were, executive leaders, other people from financial services, and really helping us in the early days before there was even a deal on the table, get access to buyers as sounding boards that we maybe not would have typically had.
When we first met Clint and Cribl, we were excited both, as an investor and for what it can do for Citi, because we recognize that when people build these types of abstraction layers, that it has that sort of really disruptive value. And security and IT observability, those two industries combined are, billions and billions of dollars of market.
It's a challenge, and technologies like Cribl and the problems that Citi Ventures are looking to help us solve are paramount to our success. The digital footprint of this bank only continues to grow, and it's our job to secure it. And without, constantly improving that defense in-depth strategy that we have with people, process, and technology, we're not going to be well positioned to continue to succeed in that.
Cribl products are best in class. They come from a fresh perspective and they do something that nobody else has done. So I'm driven as a product person to really be able to go change the industry and deliver people significantly better software. And The first product that we have has been really successful. We're about to transition into a multi-product company, and our vision is for the next several decades to be building world-class, changing product for these particular buyers.